I can't even say I'm proud of myself. Look in the mirror, I be mad at myself. Can you come back? I'm doing bad by myself. I'm still afraid that I'ma crash by myself. Tryna see how come the light never shine on me. Every time it's murder, know I got my mind on it. I ain't leaving now cause I done spent my...
A few moments later.
What's up, YouTube? We back again. We back again with another reaction video today. The name of the video that we're gonna be reacting to is Rappers in Prison. It's an update on the rappers that's in jail, locked up. Freedom Guyz. I see Melly on the cover, especially Free Melly. That man been in that joint as long as I can remember. It ain't cool. But yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want to get the video as soon as it drop. And we finna get into this thing. Let's go.
The rap game is in a wild spot right now, and artists been getting locked up left and right. Today, we're breaking down what's going on with some of the hottest rappers who are sitting in jail right now. Let's get straight to it. K-Flock barely started dropping music in 2020, but he quickly became one of the hottest new rappers in the Bronx drill scene. At first, he was just a hype man for his homies Dougie B and B-Love. But when Flock started rapping, people went crazy. He started racking up millions of views in no time with tracks like Is You Ready and Being Honest. But in December 2021, he got tied up in a situation that might have him in prison for life. On December 16th, Flock walked by a barbershop when a dude named Oscar Hernandez stepped out of the shop and followed him. And that's when Flock allegedly pulled out his burner and killed him. Flock got hit with first-degree murder and has been in jail ever since. Back in March, he gave his fans some good news when he posted a photo of himself on IG and captioned it, "All is good. Don't believe the blogs or the internet. Everything trendy. Forever DOA." Flock didn't get released on bond like some fans thought would happen, but the news broke that he hired a famous lawyer named Jeffrey Lichman. Lichman has defended other rappers.
See, I knew about that situation, but I ain't listened to none of K-Flock music. And shout out to Snore, that dude. He the only reason I really know about a lot of the dudes, the New York rap people, because of his channel. But yeah, I knew about the situation. I ain't really listened to none of his music though. We're gonna keep going.
Like The Game and Fat Joe, and he even defended El Chapo in court. He says he's ready to fight to the death for K-Flock, and apparently he thinks they have a good chance of beating the case in trial. Hopefully, Flock gets the situation handled fast and can get back to the music. If he comes out soon and starts dropping hits again, he could go right back to the top of the drill scene. But if the trial drags on for years, his fans might end up moving on by the time he gets released.
I seen something yesterday or the day before his trial start on, or he go to court, his court date. I don't know if it's his trial or not. I can't really remember what it said, but I know it's November the 17th or something like that. If y'all K-Flock fans, y'all know.
Hot Boy is a rapper from Florida known for tracks like Switcheroo and Life of a Dog, but he's even more famous for his violent beef against Glock 9 and his AFNF crew. Hot Boy and Glock 9 was cool back in the day, but now they both facing decades in prison after allegedly turning Orlando into a war zone. Both sides lost people to the beat, and Glock 9 almost got killed in 2020 when a shooter pulled up on them in a mall parking lot. The violence got so bad that the police created a special RICO investigation called Operation X-Force to bring down Hot Boy, his 438 crew, Glock 9.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. At first when he was talking, I'm like, why didn't I hear about this? Why don't I know about this? Now that I see this, I remember all them niggas went to jail. It was so many of them niggas on that list. I was like, what the world is going on? Niggas be out here beefing.
And AFNF. The cops found out the gangs were smuggling guns, drugs, and money into the city. And over the course of 9 months, they gathered enough evidence to bring them down. 34 members of 438.
Imagine being watched for 9 months and not knowing that somebody is watching everything you doing. You doing all type of illegal all type of illegal activities, and they just watching you, fool. Man, that's crazy. I hate that for them boys. They going that way too.
And AFNF got booked on RICO charges, including Hot Boy and Glock 9. Hot Boy was originally let out on bond, but it was revoked after he was caught with a gun. His lawyer was able to get the gun charge dropped, but Hot Boy is still facing 32 years in prison if he's convicted. He told fans he'd be home soon, but the judge probably won't give him another chance to post bond.
The industry secret. Video, sound, motion, more. Begin.
Glock 9 has already been sentenced to 7 years for identity theft and a weapons charge. He stole someone's identity and used it to get a COVID PPP loan that was worth $10K. But it ain't
7 years. They done gave that man 7 years. Do y'all think y'all still gonna care about Glock 9? Is people still gonna y'all drop in the comments if you think people still gonna care about Glock 9 in 7 years? I don't care about his music now. I don't really listen to one song. And I don't even know the name of it. I heard it on somebody else's YouTube channel. I don't even know the name of it. Something about raised off a bone and a biscuit. If you know what song I'm talking about, drop that in the comments too. Let's go.
didn't take long for the cops to trace it back to him. 7 years ain't too bad, but Glock 9 could end up doing more than that. He's still facing a second-degree murder and racketeering charge, but he could have way more time added onto his sentence if he's found guilty. Glock 9 and Hot Boy was both popping off in the rap game before they started beefing, but they threw it all away over street beef, and now it could be decades before they get out. YNW Melly started rapping in 2015 and founded the YNW crew with his homies Juvie, Sack Chaser, and Portland a year later. He started popping off with tracks like Virtual and Murder on My Mind. But right after he blew up, Melly allegedly murdered Juvie and Sack Chaser, and he's been in jail since 2019. In October 2018, Portland dropped off Juvie and Sack Chaser at a hospital and claimed they got shot in a drive-by. The situation was quiet for a few months, but when police started investigating, they realized that Portland's story didn't line up with the evidence. The police believe Melly and Portland set the scene up to look like a drive-by, but Melly was the one who actually pulled the trigger. Melly never got the option to post bond, and the 3 years he spent behind bars have been rough. Back in 2020, he lost recreation and visiting rights and had to spend time in solitary confinement. Then in August, Melly's lawyer requested that the jail let him out to get dental care. Melly has permanent grills installed that need a lot of upkeep. Since he's been in jail, he can't take care of them. According to his lawyer, Melly has an abscess in his lower jaw that is creating extreme pain and chronic infection. But the judge wasn't trying to hear it, and he denied the request. Back in April, Melly and his lawyer were...
They won't even let the man get his mouth clean. Why is they doing Melly like that, man? Let that man get... Y'all giving everybody bond. They gave YB bond. Man, come on now.
Accused of planning a jailbreak. According to the sheriff's office, Melly and another dude planned on escaping by having his lawyer sneak in 2 handcuff keys. The jail found out, and when they searched the other dude's cell, they found a 6-inch shank, a couple of razor blades, 2 lighters, plus some pills. Melly could catch more charges for the alleged escape plan, but he's already facing life in prison. The prosecution has all kinds of evidence to bring against him, and they allegedly even have tags proving that Melly authorized a hit on his own mom. The trial's supposed to begin later this year.
Did y'all know about that? His own mama? I know Melly ain't do that. That's gotta be cap. Melly did not do that. Melly didn't do that. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. Did y'all know about that? Drop that in the comments too. I need all this in the comments, all this information. Did y'all know that Melly was supposed to put a hit on his own mama? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
So tap in for updates, because this situation could get wild. Pooh Shiesty came into the game back in 2019 and went viral from the jump. In 2020, he signed the Gucci's 1017 label, then popped off like crazy with the track Back in Blood with Lil Durk. Shiesty was becoming one of the hottest new rappers in the game. But then, he got arrested for a shooting that went down in Florida. According to the prosecution, Shiesty linked up with some dudes to buy codeine, weed, and sneakers. But the deal went sour, and Shiesty ended up shooting one of them before smashing off. The dude he shot survived, but the cops linked Shiesty to the crime immediately because he dropped a Louis V bag with $40K in cash on the ground when he fled the scene. Police matched the serial numbers of $100 bills Shiesty was flexing on Instagram to the cash left on the scene. He was originally...
The police went and zoomed in and matched serial numbers. Now y'all niggas still think y'all finna get away with anything, get away with all types of crimes and shit. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Facing 8 years, but in April, a judge sentenced him to 5 years in prison. When the news broke, Shiesty shouted out his fans and wrote, "The biggest. I just want to thank all my loved ones, supporters, and fans for holding me down during these hard times. I wish I could be coming home to y'all today, but this could have been way worse. I will be back sooner than y'all think." Shiesty might get out after just serving 3.5 years if he stays out the way and doesn't cause any issues in jail. And with Gucci back in the mud, he could jump right back in the game.
Shiesty better stay out the way.
Lil Reese is a legend in the Chicago drill scene and was featured on Chief Keef's mainstream hit Don't Like back in 2012. He's been dropping music for over a decade, and he's tight with Lil Durk too. But Reese never really left the streets behind, and in May, he got hit with assault charges in Texas. He was booked in Harris County Jail on a charge of aggravated assault of a family member and denied bond. But then 5 days later, he got booked again on the same charge, and his bond was set at $60K. As of today, Reese ain't paid the bond and is still sitting in jail. It's not clear how everything went down, but rumors say he beat up one of his family members because they were stealing from him. That hasn't been confirmed yet though, and Reese hasn't said anything about the case. The cold part about the situation is that none of Reese's homies have bailed him out, but maybe there's more going on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. See,
why the freak thing go get Reese? Why the freak thing go get Reese out? Somebody better tell me what's going on why they ain't go get Reese.
I'll stay posted for updates, because more details could come out any day. Casanova is a New York rapper known for tracks like 2 AM, Whoa, and Down. He had a wild come up in Brooklyn, and back in the day, he even linked up with A$AP Rocky on Rikers Island. Fans thought he left the streets behind after he started buzzing in the rap game. But in December 2020, he got hit with a RICO charge for allegedly being a high-ranked member of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. 17 other alleged members got booked too, and the U.S. attorney said, as alleged in the indictment, members of Gorilla Stone committed terrible acts of violence, trafficked in narcotics, and even engaged in brazen fraud by exploiting benefits programs meant to provide assistance in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Back in May, Casanova pleaded guilty to his racketeering and drug charges, and now he's facing up to 60 years in prison. He's scheduled for sentencing on December 6th, and his lawyer plans on getting him out.
If I'm remembering right, a video came out of somebody snitching on my mans. A female. It was a female. It was like his girl or his girlfriend or something like that. His girlfriend friend or something like that. If y'all know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments. Drop a link to the video or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
As soon as possible. He said, "We will be submitting comprehensive sentencing memoranda in which we will endeavor to demonstrate to the court that Mr. Senior is a good man, a good father, and husband, and someone the court can feel confident will not reoffend." Hopefully, the judge takes it easy and doesn't throw the book at Casanova. He's facing a minimum of 5 years in prison, and if he keeps his head down and stays out of trouble, he could be out even sooner. But if the judge decides to make an example out of him, Cass might spend the rest of his life behind bars.
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Many of us were blessed to grow up in loving homes, but
Well, I was making sure that's the end of the video, y'all. I don't know who had it worse. On that video. But I know they need to Melly. They need to let my boy Melly out. That's who had it worse. Free Melly. Drop Free Melly in the comments too. Everything in the comments this video. Just drop everything in the comments. Free Melly. Free all of them, bruh. They wrong, bruh. Free all of them. Free all them guys. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want to get this video as soon as it drops, just like the rest of them. And if not, oh well. We out this joint. Until next time.
I can't even say I'm proud of myself. Look in the mirror, I be mad at myself. Can you come back? I'm doing bad by myself. I'm still afraid that I'ma crash by myself. Trying to see how come the light never shine on me. Every time it's murder, know I got my mind on it. I ain't leaving now cause I done spent my